Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is a cold, windy Wednesday, and I feel motivated to make a video. It happens to also be Ash Wednesday, which we don't partake in Catholicism, but it's the day when people get the ashes on their forehead. And so that kind of motivated me to do a video that I hope will end up being very short for a change. I'll try not to go into too many things that'll make it too long. But I'd like to make a video because, in spite of the cold weather, there's something I want to document, a certain feeling that I'm having right now that I hope I will still remember to feel that way about 9 months from now. I hope I won't change my mind about it. But what I'd like to talk about, and I know this is kind of an odd time to talk about my New Year's resolution, or actually New Decade resolution. What I hope to do this year and kind of throughout this whole decade on into the rest of my life, what I hope to change is I hope to gradually phase out the celebration of Christmas and all those very time-specific holidays. And what I mean by that is, well, I was kind of motivated. The reason I've been thinking about that is because Mardi Gras was yesterday, which of course means Fat Tuesday. Mardi is Tuesday and Gras is fat. So it's Fat Tuesday in French. So I felt motivated to talk about this because of Mardi Gras and because of all these very time-specific or date-specific holidays that we have throughout the year. And in Louisiana, Mardi Gras is kind of a big thing, but I mean, it appears in other places, like Texas as well. And it just made me think about how all year long you get the same holidays, the same decorations being advertised in stores. And this camera is actually propped up on something that says Merry Christmas. But what I would like to do, and of course it's not going to happen overnight, it's not going to happen all of a sudden, but my goal is that this year and all throughout the decade, I want to gradually phase out buying and decorating for those time-specific holidays, meaning one day out of the year that's just totally made a big deal out of for a month leading up to it. So, I'm just so sick and tired of buying things, specific to Christmas or Halloween or Easter, things that are like a fraction as valuable the very day after the holiday and exponentially drop in value, during the weeks that follow. So, all these Santa Claus things and elves, and, I'm not just going to go to the dumpster right now and throw away all of it, but I'm motivated to make that video because I'm looking at so many things that are just specific to Christmas. And it's like I really, this is not to say that you're a bad person if you go all out for the holidays, but I want to gradually buy less and less and less of those things and find ways to get rid of them, that don't involve throwing them away like they're garbage, because they're not. They're just no longer something I really want to invest in. And I no longer want to put up a tree. It's nothing that I have against Christmas trees in and of themselves. It's just that, like I said in another video, when the cost outweighs the benefit, then you probably shouldn't do something. And I'm getting to the point now where it's like I just don't get enough enjoyment out of having a tree in the living room to warrant going through the extra trouble of putting it up and putting on all the ornaments. Because, see, when you buy Christmas decorations, you're making a commitment not only to put them up and display them, but also to take them down at some point. And to me, that's even harder. It's like when? When do you ever draw the line and say, okay, I'm taking all this stuff down. It's no longer Christmas. Because, see, the crazy thing about Texas and Louisiana and, weather in the South is that, I mean, you could have a Christmas that's just ridiculously hot, which is more common than I wish it were. But then you could have days like in January, February, March, and even Easter. Easter could be colder than Christmas. So it's very hard to decide to take it down because it's like, some of your coldest weather happens long after Christmas, which by now we're 2 months after Christmas, and it's a lot colder than it was on Christmas Day. And so, what I'd like to do, I hope that, say, sometime in the 2030s, I look around one day and I think, is it really December? Sure doesn't look like it, because that is my goal. That is what I want to work toward, is a life where I just don't really acknowledge any time specific holidays. And what I mean by that is, I could decorate for winter instead of Christmas, spring instead of Easter, summer instead of the 4th of July, and fall instead of Halloween and Thanksgiving. Just decorate more of a general theme. And like there was a time when I was younger, I used to have all these fantasies as a kid and a teenager about how I wanted to really go all out for Christmas. Like I thought I would have some kind of a winter wonderland. Well, I haven't decorated the outside of this place in at least 2, 3 years, and the reason is because I just thought, because my dad just has gotten so lazy, and I just always took for granted, that when you don't have a man in your life, it really takes the joy out of decorating, because it's like women are just not programmed to want to put their lives in danger to put up and remove decorations. It's just not worth it. And one day I just got so mad, because my dad got so lazy. See, it's like I say, I mean, the harder part is taking it down. Putting it up is bad enough, but the taking down is, what's really challenging, because it's like you have to put out the same amount of effort, only the end result is to not have it up anymore. It's like putting it up is fun because, you have like your prize at the end is just seeing your hard work. But then taking it down, it's like, what do you have to show for it? You just taking it all down. But it can be every bit as much effort. And so I threw away our tree about a month ago because, those pre-lit trees don't last. And my goal is not to buy another tree, not to, buy any more Christmas decorations, because unfortunately, I'm going to be 37 this summer, which has really got me down. I'm closer to 40 than 30. And so when you do the math, it's kind of like I've spent over 3 years of my life in Christmas Village, so to speak. If you think of Christmas as a month rather than a day, it's almost like living in a place that's decorated for Christmas for 3 solid years or more. So I'm definitely over it, and I would say, the best word to describe it is done, played out. That's the way I describe the whole Christmas, Mardi Gras, Valentine, you name it, Halloween, 4th of July, all those holidays. That just done, played out.